way too close. All right, it was good to get another win on the road, especially in league play. So I'm proud of the way our guys played. I thought we played with a lot of energy and excitement tonight throughout the entire game, not only in the first half but also in the second half. We had a lot of guys playing that we had to rely on, and they got the job done. It wasn't pretty at times. I thought we were inconsistent, especially in the first half offensively. The only thing I can say defensively is we played really well. Other than that one series, we gave up a 13-play drive and they converted 2 4th downs. But other than that, the defense held them a 3 of 19 on 3rd downs. I mean, that's huge. When you do that, you got a great chance to win.
How do you think the offensive line held up?
Well, we ran the ball pretty well. So I'm going to say, just in the little bit I saw, I thought they did a nice job. There was some pressure a few times on Mitch that probably shouldn't have been there, and we'll get those things cleaned up. But you got William Sweet, who's playing in his first game really as a starter, and I thought he did a really nice job throughout the game.
You had some packages out there, 2 tight ends and an extra running back. Was that because of the offensive line situation? Get a little more power out there?
Offensive line, receiver situation is, we're a beat-up football team, and we were doing what we had to do to try to get a win.
In that regard, is the bye week coming at a good time? I know, obviously.
I like it about 2-3 weeks ago, but it's coming at a great time now. So we need it. We need to get some guys healthy. We need to get some guys recovered and be fresh for the rest of this challenge.
Talk about Bug and his production the last 2 weeks. Again, stepped up today, and also wearing Mavericks number 13. Is that something you guys are going to continue to do, passing around to player to player, or what?
That was his idea. He asked if he could do it, and I told him he could. I don't know if anybody else has talked about it. He wanted to honor Mac with his play, and he did a great job of it. He played really well, and Bug's been able to make those plays all year. It's just when you had everybody healthy, you're not zeroing in on one guy. So you're spreading it around more. I thought today, they gave Bug the opportunity to get open in some situations, and Mitch found him, and he did a really nice job.
Well, you talked last week in Miami about how you told the defense that their time was coming, and the time came last week. It seemed like they kind of looking to build off of that. Did you sense that during the week there's an extra level of confidence?
Yeah, they had a great week of practice. They really did. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and you really sense it. You can just see it in their eyes. When you're in meetings and all those things. They feel much better about what they're doing and how they're doing it. So, you know what? They're making the ordinary plays that they make in practice now every day. That's the thing. They've realized that you don't have to do something special. You just do your job within the scheme, and things will work out.
With them getting off the field on 3rd downs last week and now this week, is it just as simple as making plays, or is there anything else to it?
No, that's really all it is. They're one thing they've done a much better job of stopping the run. And when you're stopping a run and you're putting them in long yardage situations, they're getting opportunities to shut them down.
How do you think Aiden Medina did in a larger role?
And again, I didn't watch him specifically, but he must have done his job pretty well, because he was there for the run. He was in there in all the nickel and dime situations and did a really nice job.
No picks for the secondary, where they got hands on the ball again this week.
Yeah. Yep, you're right.
We're doing that again.
Yeah, that's good.
Larry, is there any difference in the second half? Because it seemed like your offense was a lot crisper, and it just seemed like there was more tempo in that second half.
And it was more just about becoming more consistent. We had some false start penalties, and again, all these new guys in there. It was just little things that you wouldn't notice that we're shooting ourselves in the foot. we block a play one way in practice, and then they give us the exact same look, and then all of a sudden one of the guys said, I thought this guy was going to get him. We've been blocking it that way in practice all week. So, and those are young guys, and I try to tell them they're not young anymore. They're 12. This is going into our 13th week. So they're not young anymore. It's time to step up and do their job.
How important was that third quarter in getting some separation and kind of getting command?
Well, that's all. Anytime you can get some separation, and that's when we felt like we got control of the game. We hated giving up that 13-play drive. Because at that point we felt like if we got the ball in the end zone again, then we could put it away.
When you call a play like that, reverse option, is that the right way to describe it, like a reverse first option, the one that Trubisky hit bug out on the 40 yards?
Yeah, I mean, it's a trick play. I mean, it's a gadget play that we've had in the offense for, we've been carrying it for about 3 or 4 weeks, which we were trying to set it up against Miami and just didn't get the right situation. And so we felt like it was set up. We didn't feel like we had to do anything else to set it up in this game. And we were just waiting for the right situation.
What gives you confidence when you do call a play like that it's going to work? Like, why in that situation did it feel like that was the right?
Well, we felt coverage-wise we were going to get what we wanted. They hadn't seen it from us. The last time we ran that play was against Notre Dame a few years ago. And, so they hadn't seen it, probably hadn't seen it on film. And just, we have about 3 to 4 gadgets every week. And sometimes it never gets called and doesn't get called till, there were 2 other gadgets that got called that we checked out of during the game that you may see, 2 weeks from now or 3 weeks from now. But the thing that gives you confidence is we're practicing them all the time, so our guys feel comfortable. It's not a big deal to them. It's not like, we've run this trick play a couple of times. They've run it probably 15, 20, 30 times in some instances in practice.
6 DBs and 1 linebacker to start the game. What was the thinking behind that?
It was, I don't know what personnel did they have on the field.
They had Cole was the only linebacker, and they had 6 DBs. They had
It was probably a dime situation. It was based on what their personnel grouping was on offense. So they were probably in 10 personnel. They probably had 1 back and 4 wides on the field, so we were going to be in dime.
Maryland back here first.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Was that trick play?
Y'all too close.
Was that the personnel that you used today, or was Mac any part of that before he got hurt?
What was that now?
The trick play? Did Mac?
Yeah, the ball would have gone to Mac.
And how did Bug do? Obviously, he scored.
He did
but
pretty good.
How did he transition into finishing?
We had multiple guys working that position. We always do in all those situations. It wasn't like he only got 1 rep of practice because he's been repping it for a couple weeks. We've been having the play in the package, and so Bugs worked outside and inside on it. And so he didn't have any problem with the transition.
Is there some gamesmanship in calling a trick play on top of their trick play?
We didn't call a trick play because they called a trick play. Like I said, we go into a game with about 3 to 4 in every game, and if the right opportunity comes up, if the ball's on the hash that it needs to be on, because a lot of times we only work in a certain situation. So that's why we feel confident, because if we get that situation, the play should work.
How much of a catalyst was it? And how much of a catalyst
It's always
when they work?
Hey, when they work, the kids love it. They get excited. They have a good time with it, and they always want something different, just like the face mask. That was a big deal to them. It's a blue face mask. That's a big deal to them. You didn't even notice, did you see? Exactly.
The contribution you've been getting from Thomas Jackson, it seems like he comes up with some big plays for you every now and then.
Yeah, Thomas is a kid that, he walked on our football team. He earned a scholarship. He earned the respect of all of his teammates, and he is a great teammate. And week in and week out, he keeps contributing. And so, we'll take all the kids that we can find like that in the state of North Carolina.
What's a trick play? Did you consider calling a timeout?
I did consider calling a timeout. In fact, I was going to call a timeout, and the defense said, "We got this." I was like, all right.
You had said last week that you watched like 8
and we did. We had practiced it.
But you had seen them do that on film before?
Yep, we practiced it, and the guy that had the guy busted. But we had practiced it, and he had that guy.
Let's take 2 more. Andrew.
Okay, well, that followed on mine. One other question, though, is what is the plan for this week?
I'm going to turn them loose tomorrow and Monday, and then they're going to practice Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then get some more rest on the weekend, and we'll come back and have a real practice on Sunday, not what we normally do. So, we're going to try, and we haven't decided yet on Tuesday if, a lot of it will be on how healthy we are, where we are, what guys need to practice. Tuesday may be more of we may try to get a lot of the young guys some reps, and again, let as many of those older guys that have gotten a lot of reps, MJ Stewart's, Des Lawrence's, Nas, those guys that have played a lot of reps, let them get a little bit of a break and try to recover more.
Greg.
Larry, Andrew mentioned you using 22 and 21 personnel. Were the tight ends more involved in the run game today than they typically are?
I don't think so. It was there was only one package that we were running the 22 personnel. But
It looked like they were lined up like working as a fullback, as a lead blocker was.
They were, but we do that every week. I mean, we're in our Rose and Lily schemes back there where he's in the backfield, and I mean, the play was having success, so we ran it more, you know, and based on what they were doing in their 3-4 scheme, they had the outside backer lined up out over number 2. So that's a lot of room there for him to go get a block. So just made it easier to do.
All right, thanks everybody. We'll have players right outside.